Hello friends, welcome to Prashant IAS. So friends, in the previous classes, we have completed many topics related to election. We have successfully completed first past the post system. We have completed proportional representation system. We have completed two ballot system, and then we have also completed list system. And friends, we have also discussed about the advantages and disadvantages of all these systems. And friends, in the previous class, we have also discussed about Article 324, Article 325 and Article 326 of the Indian Constitution. So Article 324 discusses about Election Commission of India. Article 325, the main idea behind Article 325 is one general electoral roll. Okay. And what is the main idea behind Article 326? So it is universal adult franchise or universal adult suffrage. Okay, so actually the word mentioned in the constitution is only adult suffrage, but if you will read the entire article and if you will try to understand the entire article, then the entire idea is of universal adult franchise. So we call it as universal adult franchise. So now in this class we will take our discussion forward and we will study about the further articles related to election. So friends, before taking our discussion forward, I just want to tell you about Unacademy Learning Festival. So if any of your friends, neighbors, brother, sister or anyone, if they are preparing for IIT JEE or if they are studying in class 8 to 12th or if they are preparing for NEET UG, then there is a very special thing. There is 45 days of plus subscription for them for only 299. Okay, so what you have to do, click on the link given in description and use my code PIS10 and you will get 10% off. Okay, so all the details are mentioned here. So this is for IIT JEE class 8 to 12th and NEET UG, and you will get live classes by the top educators and all the features are mentioned here. Then friends, there is one thing called Unacademy goal for the aspirants of UPSC civil services examination. So we know that pre is just now very near. So if you want to achieve a UPSC CSE goal with 20% off on all subscriptions, and offer is valid from 25 to 28. So you have to click on the link given in the description and use my code PIS10 and you will get 20% off on all your subscriptions related to UPSC CSE. Then there is one thing, UPSC CSE Combat. Now friends, this is prelims special, so it will be conducted on 1st of May 2022 at 11 am. Okay, there will be 56 questions for 60 minutes. Okay, and these are all the details related to this thing and all the details are mentioned here. So if you want to give this test for free of cost, then just click on the link given in description and use my code PIS10. Okay, so if you will use my code, then you will be able to give this test for free of cost. So the features are highlighted here. Questions are curated by top educators and it will be a live test with gamified experience, real-time checking to check your performance, and all the things are here. Okay, so you can just once go through these things and if you want you can give this test. It will be beneficial for you. So friends, now let's come back to our discussion. So now in this class, first of all we will discuss Article 327 because in the last class we have completed our discussion till Article 326. So first of all, I am reading this article for you. So let's see what is the title of this article. Power of Parliament to make provisions with respect to election to legislatures. Okay. So now let's see that what the language of Article 327 is saying. So it says that subject to the provisions of this constitution, Parliament may from time to time by law make provisions with respect to all matters relating to or in connection with election to either House of Parliament or to the House or either House of Legislature of a state, including preparation of electoral rolls, the delimitation of constituencies and all other matters necessary for securing the due constitution of such house or houses. So now what is the meaning of this article? So now I will explain you. So friends, in the previous classes, many a times I have told you that let's suppose that this is Parliament. Okay, so this is for center and this is state legislature. So in Parliament we have two houses, Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha, and some of the states are only having state legislative assembly. Okay, means all the states are having state legislative assemblies and only some states are having state legislative council. So now what this article is saying, so friends, this article is saying that Constitution of India has given the power to the parliament. Okay, so this is parliament and this is constitution, and constitution has conferred the power to the parliament. Now what power? So now let us discuss about this power. So the constitution has conferred the power to the parliament that parliament can make law, and by making law, parliament by making a law can regulate the elections. Okay, and all the matters which are related to the election of what? Of Lok Sabha, of Rajya Sabha, of state legislative assembly and state legislative council. Okay, so what it is saying, that constitution has conferred the power on the parliament, that parliament by making a law can regulate the election and all the matters related to election. Okay, of what? Of the elections of Lok Sabha, Rajya Sabha, state legislative assembly and state legislative council. So if I will ask one question from you, that let's suppose, if which authority has the power to regulate the election matters of Lok Sabha by making a law? So the answer to this question is the Parliament of India. Now I will give you some of the examples of matters, that of what matters parliament can make law, and actually all these things are given in this article itself. So first of all, I will just underline these things for you. So it says that including the preparation of electoral roll. So in the previous classes I have told you that what is the meaning of electoral roll. So electoral roll is nothing but just voter list. Okay, means a list in which the names of all the voters are there. Okay, all the eligible voters are there. So for the if any rule regarding the preparation of voter list or electoral roll is to be made, then parliament by making a law make this rule. Okay, for example, that which people will be included in the voters list. Okay, for example, we know that all the adults who have attained the age of 18 years, they are included in the voter list if they are not disqualified by any law of parliament or state legislature on many grounds. Okay, there are certain grounds, for example, if a person is of unsound mind. Okay, so we have already discussed all these things. Okay, now the next thing is delimitation of constituencies. So what is the meaning of delimitation of constituencies? So delimitation of constituencies means, I have told you that, for example, let's suppose in Lok Sabha election, what happens, that the country, our entire India is divided into many constituencies. So all these boxes represent constituencies. Okay, now delimitation of constituencies means drawing the boundary of that constituency. Okay, means which constituency will have how much of area, which constituency, what is the geographical extent of a constituency. Okay, so this work is done by a delimitation commission. Okay, and this work means drawing the boundaries of constituencies called as delimitation of constituencies. So rules regarding the delimitation of constituencies are actually made by parliament by making a law. Okay, and all the matters which are related to elections, okay, they on all these matters will be regulated by parliament, and parliament can regulate these matters by making law. Okay, so this is what article 327 says. So friends, now let us discuss about article 328 of the Indian Constitution. So first of all, I will read it for you. So what is the title? Power of legislature of a state to make provision with respect to election to such legislature. Okay, so now let's see that what the language of this article is saying. So subject to the provisions of this constitution, and in so far as the provisions in that behalf is not made by parliament. So this line is very important, that the provision in that behalf is not made by parliament. The legislature of a state may from time to time by law make provisions with respect to all the matters relating to or in connection with the election to the house or either house of legislature of that state, including the preparation of electoral rolls and all the matters necessary for securing the due constitution of such house or houses. Okay, now what does it mean? So I will explain this thing. Okay, actually the language of our constitution is actually very difficult to understand, so but don't worry, I will explain it to you. So this article is simply saying that the Constitution of India has conferred the powers on the state legislature. And now what is that power? Now that power is that state legislature. Now we know that all the states in India are having, if we are talking about state legislature, then all the states are having state legislative assembly, but only some states are having state legislative council. Okay, now what this article is saying, that state legislature have the power to regulate the election of what? Of state legislative assembly and state legislative council. Okay, so if a state is only having legislative assembly, then it is fine, and if it is having both the houses, then the legislature of that state has the power to regulate the election of what? Of state legislative assembly and state legislative council by making a law. Okay, so by making a law, it can regulate the election and all the matters which are related to election. Okay, so what this article is saying? So this article is saying that state legislature has the power to regulate the election of state legislative assembly and state legislative council by making a law and all the matters related to the election. So now one question arises here. So now you can ask me a question that, sir, in the previous article you told us that parliament has this power to regulate the election of legislative assembly and legislative council, and here you are saying that state legislature is also having such power. So actually this article at the same time is declaring, here I have highlighted one thing, that in that behalf is not made by parliament. Okay, it means that if a provision, or we can say that a rule or a law, okay, so if a provision relating to the election, if it is not made by parliament, okay, so if it is not made by parliament, so this simply means that if something is left by the parliamentary law, if something is left by the parliamentary law, if any rule is not made by parliamentary law, okay, then state legislature can make provision on that matter of election and it will be applicable to only that state. Okay, so are you getting my point? So I am just want to explain you that if parliament has left any matter related to election and the parliamentary law has not made rules related to that matter of election, then state legislature has the power that by passing a law, state legislature can make rules on that matter related to election on which the parliament has already not made the law. So this article 328 is saying, and it will be applicable to on that state only. Okay, so this law will be applicable on the state whose legislature has passed such law. So friends, now after this, let's see that what is article 329 of the Indian Constitution. So actually this article is having two clauses, clause A and clause B, and it is a big article. So I have just summarized this article for you. So the summary of this article is that Constitution prohibits the interference by the courts in electoral matters. So this simply means that in all the matters which are related to election, okay, so in all the matters which are related to election, courts are prohibited. Courts are not allowed to interfere. Okay, so this is the essence of article 329 and you just need to know this. Okay, because a question can be asked like this, that which article of the Indian Constitution prohibits the court from interfering in electoral matters? So the answer is very straightforward, article 329 of the Indian Constitution. Friends, I just want to tell you that today my throat is very sore. There is a lot of pain in my throat due to which it is very difficult to speak, but I was worried about all of you because prelims is near, so that's why I somehow managed to take the class today. But today's class is short because now there is a lot of pain in my throat and now I cannot speak anymore. And I think that the voice in today's class will also be little slow because of my sore throat, so kindly manage this. So in the end, I again request you all to once go through all these slides. So if any of your neighbor, brother, sister, or anyone, if they are preparing for IIT JEE class 8 to 12th or NEET UG, then they can get 45 days of plus subscription, okay, for this price. And if they use my code, then they will get 10% off. My code is PIS10. And for you guys, there is one thing, an academy goal. Okay, so you will get 20% off on all subscriptions. Just use my code PIS10 and it will be very useful for you. Okay, just use my code PIS10 and you will got 20% off. And this is a test, so if you want to score good in prelims, then you can give this test by using my code PIS10. You will be able to give this test for free of cost. Now we will meet in next class. Till then, take care of yourself. Thank you.